Are we? Yay, we're live!
Yay!
Hi, guys! Welcome
Hi.
to some very, very, very impromptu seasonathon, I guess. Reading spreads. I've got reading to do, and I wanted to do some reading, and then I was like, anyone wants to join? So Hope and Trin decided, hey, we're here.
To be fair, I'm the type of person that I'm like, you say sprint and send me the link,
Me
I
too.
will be there.
Yay! So how's everybody doing? How's y'all seasonathon going? If y'all are taking part, if not, that's fine.
Mine's going well. I'm fixing to restart Wolf Song. That book had me ugly crying first go around, y'all. Like for real. It was bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
What prompts do I still have?
I know my seasonathon could be better. I think I've completed like half the prompts.
I have like 4 prompts left to go, but mind you, I've read quite a bit. I have just submitted quite a bit of books for the same type of prompts.
I still need to submit mine. I'm probably just gonna go through at the end of the month, just on the final day, and just be like, what have I read?
Which team are you on, Hope?
I'm on yours.
Okay,
Me
yes,
too.
please. Yes,
I
please.
will, I
Submit.
will.
Kaylani's team is currently crushing us.
Oh dear lord.
Like, she's almost triple the amount of her team is almost triple the amount of pages as mine or Mel's teams.
Okay,
So,
well that's it. I'm throwing all the plans I had for the rest of the week out the window and just reading.
because I know Mel's at like 18,000 pages, something like that. My team's 17,000 ish, and Kaylani's is like at 63,000. And we were
Damn.
like, what?
Oh dear lord. Like
Mel
I know
showed us
for
that yesterday, and I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, like I know for prompt like the witch prompts. I haven't done any of the middle grade ones, and I probably won't.
That's fine.
And then
I'm
the
on my
graphic
first middle grade.
novel or manga.
But we have some comments. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
Um, Drew says, hi, Drew. Didn't know we had to put page counts in. Yeah, to see which team wins. It's all for shits and giggles, but I knew I would be in last place, but damn.
Not that far behind. Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
Trin
I
will
will say,
probably pop back in.
yeah.
But yay, Tracy made it. We need proof of those pages. Yes, we do,
Yes.
Nikki. I need everyone on Team Kaylani to give me proof. Damn it. How big of books are y'all reading, and how fast are y'all's audiobooks?
Yeah.
Nikki goes, Tracy. Tracy went, Nikki. Amy, hi, Amy. Well, girl, get on that. If you need me to
That's
send you
what
the
you
link,
do in
I'll
the
send you the
first
link.
sprint.
I
But
need to input my pages too.
give me here. I need to put in mine as well. I will do that tonight. Yay! If y'all need me to send links, I'll send you the link to the page thingy.
Honestly, that would be useful so I don't forget.
I mean, I submitted a book yesterday that is technically not on Goodreads, but it still counts because I read it.
Shh.
I submitted The Pride of the Hunkies.
That
It
looks
is
cute.
it's an indie published like children's book for adults. Like I'm gonna say it's for adults because I mean because what he's
Because it's
wearing.
not for children, basically.
But it's written and illustrated by a guy from Oklahoma, and he's currently working on a lesbian version and a drag queen version. And this is like one of the cutest things I've ever read. And I was like, I have to submit 25 pages. It's still 25 pages. I just can't count it on Goodreads because it's not on Goodreads yet because not a lot of people know about it yet. So, but what is everybody going to be reading during the first print sprint?
Sprint.
Because I know I will be continuing on with The Civil War of Amos Abernathy by Michael Laley. Laley, I don't know, however you pronounce that last name. And I know it's one of Sterling's all-time favorite middle grades. And it's queer and full of historical reenactments.
I will be reading. Oh. Let's restart that sentence. I will be reading The Weeping Tide by Amanda Foody.
Yay!
And I'm going to be reading for the first sprint the Forsaken King by Penelope Berthetti.
I love that cover.
Yeah.
That's what drew me in, y'all. That cover. It'll be a nice change from wedding planning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations again, Trin.
Thank you.
Yes.
Granted, Sterling and mine's wedding planning has completely taken a left turn.
Ours have too.
World has gone to shit, so we're getting married next month. And we don't even care about an actual wedding. We're just going to have a ceremony and hang out, and we're making sure we get married before it's no longer legal.
I mean, yeah.
Because Texas has already introduced a bill to make gay marriage or same-sex marriages illegal, and Oklahoma always follows suit. So we getting that shit in now, and then we're gonna lock in power of attorney, wills, last will and testament, all that crap in as soon as we can.
Yeah, it sucks that you have to rush to do it, but
I'd rather just say I
at
do.
least you're doing it.
Yes.
We finally set our date yesterday for November 19th.
Which is funny because our original wedding date, because our original anniversary is November 15th. And our wedding date was going to be November 5th because that was the closest we could get to the 15th.
Oh, that's awesome.
But now it's just going to be whenever we can next month. And however we can.
We set ours for the November 19th.
Okay, now we have comments before we get into the sprint. Okay, so 8 volumes of the Promised Neverland pages. I'll put them in soon. Yay, go Amy. Tracy says, wow, Amy, way to go. Drew, whoa. Comments, I lost comments, hold on. There we go. Drew is finishing Small Town Pride by Phil Stamper. Nikki is continuing on Nature of Witches. Please do, it's so adorable.
I know, I need to continue it too. It's like I'm like halfway through it and I'm like, one of these days I'll sit down and read it.
And the author, she was so amazing. And the fact that with her second book, if you pre-order the second book and put in for the pre-order giveaway stuff, they are donating money to Save an Owl. And I'm like, she is like the perfect human being of wanting to protect this earth. And I just love everything about it. Then Tracy is continuing on with Nature of Witches and Bathhouse. I have Bathhouse ready to go when I'm done with Amos, but Amos is too cute not to continue. The manga is a buddy read this month. Hey girl, manga's manga. Listen, a book is a book at this point.
Yep.
Yes, congrats. Is what
Thank
Tracy says to
you.
Tran.
Thank you.
Do what's best for you, Clint. We want you and Sterling happy, yes. But we are still going to do the party in November for those that are coming in from out of town, because we understand that things can't change last minute.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do that now.
Yeah, imagine like everybody just having to be like, oh shit, can I make it?
Yeah, and I'm just like, eh. And we may or may not. We're currently in talks with an owner of a lesbian bar about getting married there. So, and we have a drag performer that may or may not be marrying us. So, it's going to be a real big fuck you to the patriarchy.
Sounds amazing.
Nikki says, "Yay, Trin."
Thank you. Thank you.
Amy says you can do a special party at a later date. Yep. Aw. And we'll be there in November. Yay! I can't wait. Okay, let me figure out how to share this screen. Why aren't you? Ha! No, Chrome tab. No. Whoa. Why aren't you? Fine. We will move you out, and we will see how that works. Ha! Oh no.
That's literally sounds
Sure.
like me trying to figure it out.
Hmm.
Nope.
Can we see where'd the kitty go?
I
It was.
don't know. Technical difficulties.
Stop screen. Give me 1 second, guys. Uh, Windows. Why aren't you showing me the kitty?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yay!
There.
Hey, that's my
Oh,
wedding color.
yee!
It is.
I when I made a kitty, I wanted it to look like one of the cats from Aristocats. So I was like, Marie was the easiest one to make. But are we ready for some reading sprints, guys?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna shrink that. I'm gonna move. Ew, 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 ew. Okay. Oh, 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 oh. And let's start.
Happy reading, everybody.
Happy reading.
Be reading.
Hi guys! And we're done. And I just realized we were really quiet, and then I just said hi guys really loud. I apologize if I made anybody jump. Um, hold on. I want that to be able to still be seen.
We'll just fend for ourselves tonight and go eat it maybe later in the week.
So, how did reading go for everybody? I know I read about 42 pages.
I read 35 pages, I think.
I read 12 pages and got pissed off.
Oh,
Oh no.
girl.
She fell. She couldn't read.
Say it
Girl.
again.
She can't read.
That's my Travis, everybody. That's Clinton. Oh,
I
Uh,
listen. In the book that I'm reading, there was a moment with a bigot who's very homophobic, and then the mom snapped. The mom called the dad back and was like,
I know,
"How
right?
dare you treat my son like this?" And she went off, and I was like, "Yes,
I'm about to tell you.
ma'am."
I also love how at one point I
Yeah.
looked up in the sprint and you were just fanning yourself with that fan. I'm like, that is a whole mood.
It is so hot here in Oklahoma. Listen. Ugh.
Okay, and for anybody thinking about reading The Forsaken King, know that in the prelogue, there is moments of rape in front of a minor.
Noted.
Noted.
Yeah, it's like noted if
That's
I ever read it. Will I probably forget that warning by the time I read it? Probably.
But just be pre-warned for anybody interested. That's in the prologue, y'all. I'm pissed. Don't do if you're gonna do that shit. Don't do it in front of a minor.
Don't do it in general.
Don't do it in
Exactly.
general, but then again, we do live in a country now that supports the fact that if a 13-year-old gets raped and gets pregnant, then it wasn't considered rape. But that's neither here nor there. We've got comments. And yeah. Hey, got some good progress done. Yay for progress. Which is what this fucking country needs. LOL. Got some good progress, 30 pages. Amy realized that they finished volume 8, so now they're on volume 9. Hi, Sterling.
Hey,
Say hi to
Sterling.
Hope and Trent.
Hello.
He says hi. I'm getting pretty far into this. I'm loving it. And what's his name's dad and I are gonna fight. And yay, 3 chapters left for Drew. Of Small Town Pride, right?
Yes.
I think that's what he's reading. Oh yeah, that is his queer group's um, um, book club book of the month. Nikki says hi. Sterling. Tracy says Sterling. I almost said Sterling. Sterling said Tracy. I can't speak today. Nikki's asking Tracy where she's at. Tracy is on chapter 21 in Nature of Witches, which now I got to know where you're at, girl. Ugh. Let me move my stack around. Yay. No. You're on 21. Did you just say you just finished chapter 21? Ah. Ah. I know exactly where you're at. Also, for those who did not watch the live show with the author, if you're listening to the audiobook of Nature of Witches, they mispronounce the love interest's name. They pronounce it as song in the book, in the audiobook, but it's actually pronounced sang. So just to point that out for those who are listening to the audiobook, because I still refer to him as song every now and then because I listen to the audio. But have y'all read anything? Hold on. I cannot work today, apparently. Um, have y'all read anything good lately that y'all want to talk about or anything?
I'm still recovering from Wolf Song.
I don't. You'll never recover from Wolf Song, just so you know.
Probably not.
Nope.
Just wait. Just wait.
I mean,
It
I
was
literally think there's been multiple times I've just thought about this series and started crying.
when I was
Like,
first reading it, I started squaw ugly crying, and he was like, "What's wrong with you? They died." And he went and got me a whole roll of toilet paper and a box of Kleenex. He's like, "Here, dry yourself up and quit blubbering."
listen, Sterling now just like he just looks over at me and he's like, "You're reading a book. Okay, I'm gonna know you're gonna be crying here in about like 5-10 minutes." I'm like, "Not every book makes me cry, dude." He's like, "But TJ Klune does," and I'm like, "I'm not reading TJ Klune. We're good." Which
Like
I'm
y'all had warned me about TJ Klune. I wasn't ready, even with everybody saying
oh god.
you're gonna cry.
Right now, I'm trying to convince Morgan to start like the Green Creek series. But
I,
also, I'm not ready for the emotional damage that she will put on me, and she'll be like, "I blamed you," and I'm like, "No, no." We literally had this argument.
Listen, Linda. I am so nervous for the Clune along
I am so nervous
because
but so excited.
I'm excited but nervous because in my head I'm like, oh, this is just going to be a shits and giggles kind of series. But I'm like, but is it though? It's TJ Klune. Is he
No, no, no.
not gonna
Is it like emotional damage wrapped in shits and giggles?
Yeah,
is there a TJ Klune book that won't make us cry?
that's the goal of the Clune along. If I continue on past just reading the Tales of Verona series, my goal openly is to find a TJ Klune book that I do not like, that I do not cry at.
Good luck.
I want to see if there is one. Because so far I have read 12 or 13 of his works and I have given all 5 stars and I have cried at everything.
I have two so far.
So, my goal is there one that won't make me cry?
The two that made me ugly cry the worst was Wolf Song and Under the Whispering Door.
Oh, girl, wait till you get to Brother Song. Listen. Listen.
That was one of Brother Song was one of my answers for the mid-year freakout tag of like book that made you cry, and I was like, this one.
I'm filming that soon.
Me too.
Listen to post and I'm not ready because I'm still shocked that Brother Song is not my number 1 book of the year. It's number
Really?
2. It was number 1 until this month.
Well, I'm ready to see what your answer
Ooh,
is.
yeah, now I'm curious. What's number 1?
And it's a book that I did not cry as hard about, but I connected so clearly to the main character that I can't get this book out of my head. Yo, hold on.
Another book that Clint recommended that I squalled at was The Serpent King.
Oh my
Y'all-
I
god.
still need to read that. I will read it at some point.
Girl, you need to.
Make sure it's a time of your life you're okay with crying.
See, right now, that is uncertain right now. So, like, maybe
There
a
was
couple
a-
months.
There was a certain scene in that book that had me ugly crying. I think I even texted Clint like, dude, I'm dying, I'm dead, I'm done.
Listen.
My Travis was the same as that Travis, I'm telling you.
Oh god, I didn't even think of that trend. I was just watching a past video of mine where it was the birthday book tag because I haven't done it the last couple of years. So I was like, let me watch some of the ones that I've done in the past. And that book came up and I instantly started sobbing. Like, my eyes just instantly teared up and I was like, oh shit. Because it's like, what book did you cry the hardest to? That book, you get to said point that you're talking about, Trend. I sat down the book, cried for 2 hours, picked up the book, finished the book, and then cried for 5 hours, and then cried off and on for the rest of the week.
I cried
Oh,
for
yeah.
when I got to that scene, I cried for 2 days. 2 days. With him asking, babe, what's the matter with you? You died in the book.
Listen, listen.
Now
There
I'm
is.
like scared. Just scared.
It is the first book that I have read outside of like Harry Potter or House of Night or like a book that's part of a series. It's the first standalone book that I have read that I've ever cried to.
Wow.
And it is the gateway to me loving books that make me cry. And I'm just like, ugh.
Put it this way: if I ever just need to cry about a book, I know what one to pick up.
Yes.
For real.
And I haven't read his other works yet, even though I have 2 of them on my shelf. I've started one, and then I put it down because I didn't know what it was about when I went into it. And the minute I realized what it was about, I was like, I am not in the right mindset for this. Because it's about a dude who texts and while he's driving and hits a 4-wheeler, like a gigantic truck, and it cuts off the top of his car, killing all 3 of his best friends in the car but him. Chops their head off.
Oh.
Because right as it happens, he drops his phone, so he leans down to grab it. And I went, nope, 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 nope,
Yeah,
nope. I am not about this book right now, so no thank you.
You're like, maybe
This-
in the future.
Right now, let me get into a better mindset. We have Drew Said He Loved Melt With You by Jennifer Duggan. Yes, I am waiting patiently for Heatwave because it comes out the day before my birthday. And the minute it gets here, I'm going to read it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because that cliffhanger at the end of Flashfire, I swear to fucking God, I need to know what happens.
I remember immediately finishing Flashfire and being like, I have to message Clint.
I'm like, what?
I literally think I threw the book across the room, just grabbed my phone, was like, what the fuck?
I screamed out loud and was like, I fucking knew it!
Yes, like, it was revealed, but I was still like, okay, but like, called it.
Like, and Sterling, I woke him up from a nap when I had finished that, and he came running in, like, what happened? What happened? I was like, I fucking knew it. He's like, are you screaming over a book? Yeah. He's like, I'm going back to bed. Ooh, Drew's gonna be joining the Crave. Join us. Which
Yeah,
I'm
you
still,
cry for real.
I'm on the fence on if I'm gonna actually reread the books while you guys are reading them, or if I'm just gonna be sitting here watching the madness, the chaos.
Okay, Morgan was rereading Crave, I think, like last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't tell if she is on the right track about theories or is going like 8 miles in the wrong direction. And I will say I did spoil myself for things because I was like, I need to know answers. So I did look up some of the Wikipedia information, and I'm now very excited to read book 2.
Girl, the books just get. I know book 1 is not the most popular thing to say everybody loves it, because I know a lot of people who hate it. But book 2 is so much better, and the series just keeps getting better with each book. So I'm like, the ones that read Crave with You, that hated it, needs to at least give Crush a chance, because it goes into a completely different direction with the story. It's no longer Twilight-esque, it goes this way.
So
And
it does get better.
the diversity joins.
To be fair, I think the only person that didn't really like it was my friend Sam. So I might have to just like be like, hey, read it.
At least give Crush a second, like a chance, and if you don't like Crush, I get it. Then this series isn't for
Yeah.
you. But the cliffhanger at the end of Court, and they keep pushing back the release dates and things, and I'm just like, guys, can we stop?
Yeah.
Because at first it was the whole one was coming out in May and one was coming out in September, and then they flipped them. And then they moved, when they flipped them, they moved the one that went from September to June. They moved that to next year in June. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. Stop it.
Yeah, with books. It's also like to do with probably to do with like the supply chain still and all of that.
Well, it's also to do with the fact of the popularity of the series. She is no longer allowed to publish 2 a year
Yeah.
because how popular the series is. They want to make that money.
Yeah, and drag it out as long as possible.
Yes.
Which like I understand from like a business point of view, but also give me.
Hello. Yes, 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 you do, Nikki. You need to read Serpent King. Cried along. Ugh, don't tell me that, Amy. Ooh, we got a lot more comments than I thought we did. Y'all seen Tahara Mafi's cover reveal? So excited for it. Stunning. Have not. Tracy's recently read Confessions by Kanai Minato. I apologize if I've mispronounced anything. And it was totally different book for her. She enjoyed it a lot. Drew, get on it and read Flashfire.
Yes.
Listen. If you think book one was good, you know nothing until you read Flashfire. Listen. The opening scene with the dental dams and stuff is just the most hilariousness I could think of with that. Got Crave from Sydney because Sydney made the right choice. And I made Sydney read Crave, and now she's going to make you read Crave. So listen, just read Crave.
Does the
Um,
Crave series get better though?
oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Just, oh my god.
Because I've
The
been debating
twist,
ordering the rest of the series.
the twists and turns that it takes. It is a very much guilty pleasure series for me because it's one of those series that I'm obsessed with, but it's one of those series that usually doesn't fall into the categories of these are stereotypical me series. But it is so good.
Which it's fun when there's books that you end up absolutely enjoying that aren't your like don't fit typically into the boxes that you like.
I know. And the people who keep relating this to Twilight need to stop. Because it's
Like
not Twilight. I can get where you get Twilight with the first one, with the love triangles and stuff, but that love triangle is not the love triangle for the entire series. And that love triangle gets kind of flipped on its head and turned into a love square, a love hexagon kind of weird thing with the series. And like this one goes to this person, and this person goes over to here, and this person comes over to here. Then this
the way
person
that
enters in and gets connected with this one, and then this person comes from left field and kills this person.
I'm gonna almost need
It's
you to
like,
draw
ugh.
up this diagram and send it to me. I don't care if there's spoilers.
Listen.
I need this diagram.
Um, I know her cousin ends up with like 2 or 3 different guys. She ends up with 2 different guys. One of those said guys may end up with someone else. And what you think may be the bad guy might not be the bad guy, and what you think might be the good guy really might not be the good guy.
Why am I hearing that I'm almost like partially like of Morgan's theory right now? I can't
Message
remember. I can't remember
message me.
exactly what it is, but
Message me her theory and I will tell you hot or cold.
I can't
I
remember
won't tell
exactly.
you yes or no, but I will tell you hot or cold. Like if
I
y'all are
can't
on the
remember
right.
exactly what is like said, but this is the brief premise of it.
I will just say magic. God magic is in use that should not be in use. Jane says, I have a lot of books. I have to add a lot of books because I didn't know we had to submit the second book for prompts. I'm currently on my 32nd book of the month with about 15 minutes left. You go, girl, and what team are you on? Please be mine. And submit them all for whatever prompts you want.
Make them stretch them.
Stretch them. Listen. The amount of queer books that I have read. I would shout out a book, but that book y'all are going to find out in my mid-year book freakout tag as my best book of the year. Because I'm going to film that one soon so that I can post that before my wrap-up so I don't spoil anything. Really good queer retelling. Really good Little Mermaid retelling between a mage of fire and a mermaid. Chef's kiss.
I'm just gonna keep my opinion of that book.
Did you not like it?
I liked it. I gave it like a 3.5.
I haven't read it yet.
I can see why. But I connected a little too hard to one of the characters, so it's like I understand why people don't like it, but I see why I enjoy it. And this author is one of Sterling's auto-buy authors. For an amazing ending to a series. Yeah.
I need to start that series.
Girl. Have you read Truly Devious?
Nope.
Damn. I was going to say if you liked...
There are so many series that I have to start, but I'm trying to finish off series.
The audiobooks to this series are so freaking good, and this book will leave you sitting on the edge of your seat. Because
I will keep that in mind for when I need to listen to an audiobook.
The anxiety levels in this series are chef's kiss. I'm not going to say the title, but this was really good too. What?
It's like if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Granted, that one had more sex in it than book one did. But, are we ready for another reading sprint?
Y'all want to help me figure out what to read? I refuse to read the Forsaken King anymore tonight.
What are your options?
Realmbreaker? Savage Lands? House of Earth and Blood?
House of
Earth and Blood.
Done.
I was like,
At first, I was like, okay, Realmbreaker, because I've read that. As soon as you said House of Earth and Blood, I was like, never mind.
I have my own opinions about Victoria Aveyard to the point where we just unhauled all of her books.
Dang.
And I haven't read any of them. But she made a few TikToks and videos that didn't really go according to plan.
Yeah, I think I know what you're referring to, and I was more of like, I'm just gonna ignore all that.
It gave me an icky feeling, and I was like, no. But that's a me thing. Let's do these
Each
comments.
to their own.
We got some comments here real fast. and then we will get into a reading sprint. Karina, how are
Hello.
you?
Hey.
Um, we'll probably be doing reading sprints at least till 7. Because I need to read. Truly Devious is really good, but A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is so much better. As Good as Dead was Chef's Kiss, Nikki. Hi, Karina. Sorry, I'm on Kaylani's team. Then don't enter
No.
any.
Yeah, no.
Oh, speaking of Kaylani. Hi, Kaylani.
Hey,
Hello.
Kalani.
If you want to join Kaylani, you can. Karina, if you want to join, you can. I sent the link in CBC. Just saying.
No
Um,
pressure.
no pressure. Karina says House of Earth and Blood. Duh. And it's not so much of you should read House of Earth and Blood as you should read House of Sky and Breath. But you got to read book 1 before you can read
Yeah,
book 2.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have it on standby.
Nope. Okay.
Um, I will warn you, at least give the book 1 at least 200 pages. It is a lot of information and a lot of world building.
Yeah, don't rush it.
So if it seems a little slow, it's meant to be that way. Just so you're aware.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Enjoyed Realmbreaker. Of course, Kaylani said House of Earth and Blood. Obviously, she has a tattoo dedicated to it. Everyone's saying hi, Kaylani, or hi, Nikki. Um, think I know too, but could be wrong, Clint. On
Third
what?
quarters at me.
On
It's like on
the
what?
on the whole
I love you
Victoria Aviard
too.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like,
What?
what?
I was confused at first, but I was like, oh.
Yay, Jan! Thank you for joining Kaylani's team. And Kaylani's team does not need any help.
No.
Amy says, hi, Kaylani. Drew's like, I'll join, but my hair's a mess. Tracy's like, hey. And Nikki says, I'm good. How are you, Karina?
Get hungry.
And before we jump into this, hold on. I got to read your little.
Again, that's all Morgan's.
Yes on one, no on the other.
Okay.
Yes on the first, no on the other.
Okay.
But I will tell you the no on the other is a yes and a no, but it's like a no completely, but it's like a yes and a no at times.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay.
It makes partial sense. That's
As
enough.
in, he comes across as the bad guy in multiple different spots of the series, but it's all through hurt
Ah.
and pain and manipulation. Okay. Let's get into another sprint. Oh, hold on. I didn't know I paused a break. I forget these kitties have a break.
Yeah, it's supposed to be so we don't talk for like 8 million years, it feels like.
My bad, yo. Let's get these few seconds done. I forget about that, okay? This is me we're talking about. I'm the drama.
Now we
And
sprint.
happy sprinting. And we're done. That scared the shit out of me. Um, remove.
I don't think we can hear the cat meow, so I think it's just you that gets the shit scared out of you.
Ow.
Because I didn't hear it that time at least, unless I wasn't paying attention and it just happened.
That scared the living daylights out of me, and I was not happy about it. I got through 70 pages.
Wow.
I love middle grades.
I got through 39.
What are you thinking so far?
I'm really liking it. Like, we're just jumping straight into things, and I think that's what I like it a little bit more than the first, because it's like some things are already established, but then there's other things that you're just like, I don't know anything because Barclay doesn't know anything.
Yes. I love the fact that that book is like an adventure series. Like,
I know, it
I
just
like the
jumped
adventure.
right into the adventure, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
So we've got Drew finished his book and gave it 5 stars.
Great.
Yay, good thing. I have that on a TBR list somewhere. I'm just gonna pick up Brotherhood by Mike Chang. Ah, it's the Star Wars, his next Star Wars book. Jane finished Love Hypothesis and started a book of poems for the last letter, first letter. Cool. Nikki got through 40 more pages of Nature of Witches. And Drew still needs to read The Weeping Tide. Yes, I highly
Yes.
recommend Weeping Tide to everybody.
I'm like 70 some pages in, and I'm like, yes, everybody needs to read it.
And I will highly recommend. I'm not even done with it, but I can already tell you this is going to get a 5 star.
Ooh.
There's nothing this ending could do where this wouldn't get a 5 star.
That's great.
But, and it being a middle grade, I didn't think I would have to do trigger warnings, but there is a lot of trigger warnings for racism, sexism, and homophobia.
Good to know.
But going into it, knowing that they're at a reenactment park for Civil War, and the main character is queer and his best friend is a black girl, and they both volunteer at said park. So, because the main character's mom is the head of the park. So, they allow people, they don't look at race when it comes to the volunteers and stuff. They just place them to where they would be at if they were like a girl or a boy, and they don't look at race. But the discussions on race, sexism, and homophobia in this book are top level.
I will just add that to my Goodreads.
And I understand why it's one of Sterling's all-time favorite books now, because he's a huge history fan. But this is so good.
Ooh, and it has a really high rating on Goodreads.
The and the history elements that you learn about a person named Albert, who every other chapter the main character is writing to Albert,
Aww.
who is a Civil War veteran who was born, think his name was Janine, born a female, disguised herself as a man, and then lived the rest of her life as a man. So a transgender Civil War person. And I had to look it up to see if the person was a real person, and they are. And I find that fascinating. And you learn more about Abraham Lincoln, who the things that we're learning in this book I already knew about him possibly being not straight. and his love for his best friend Joshua, who he broke off his engagement to marry Todd Lincoln and ran away with Joshua for a little bit at one point, and then came back after Joshua married a girl and he married Mary. And Abraham Lincoln was the president who signed the something proclamation, the one to abolish slavery.
Already
So,
learning about history just with what you said.
yes. I was like, I just find it fascinating because he's also doing all this research because he's like, I can't name a single queer person from that time period. So it's all about him doing all this research to introduce to the LPH, the Living History Park, he wants to do like a little bitty like um booth or something talking about LGBTQ plus people of history, and he's like, I can't name one from it, so now he's doing all this research, and it's just all the fascinating things you find out, and I love it.
Sounds really interesting, especially because I don't know that much about like U.S. history. Obviously, as a Canadian, we learned some of it, but like there's a lot of stuff that we don't.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't learn much about our own history. It's a lot of it's glossed over. All the bad stuff's glossed over.
Lessons, so it's the same way here. Oh,
Exactly.
slavery? Oh, that didn't happen. That oh, we didn't own slaves. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, and then
uh,
ours is just like, oh, we didn't take people's lands, but we found it.
yeah.
Totally.
About halfway through volume 10 of The Promised Neverland, I was supposed to stop at the end of 8. Oopsie. Hey, girl, if you're enjoying it, continue. And would you recommend that manga series? Because that's been on a list of me to eventually try, but I don't know when or how long I'll have to go. Uh, so many things. And Drew's in the mood to film his June book haul. I haven't gotten many books in June, but I did just post a book haul on Friday
I still
of,
need to watch that. I'm
of
so behind on all booktube.
listen, it's only a 26-minute video, but you can tell I do not discuss any of the books in it because
I
there's
mean,
159 books to talk about in
yeah.
that
I mean,
video.
I still have some of your like the rainbow recommendations from the end of May that I have to watch.
Girl,
I am like a month behind.
girl, those are so embarrassing because my dumbass is never going to try to film 10 videos in one day and have them uploaded and edited and everything. That's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen again because you can tell specifically in purple, yellow, green, and one of the blues. I can't remember which blue. How I spiraled hard because the amount of times I had to refilm those videos. I think I filmed yellow 3 different times.
Ooh.
One of which I thought it was filming when it wasn't. And I filmed
I
the
hate it when that
entire
happens.
video and it ended after 3 seconds. Or I filmed an entire video for purple, and when I went to play it, it was so distorted on my phone that I don't know what happened. I think a ghost jumped into my phone that day and decided. All I heard me say in that video was like, "This is a pretty book." Other than that, I heard nothing else I said in that video because it did not. It sounded like it was everything I was saying was said in reverse. And I don't know how that happened, but I was like, and we're going to delete now
Yes,
because that
that doesn't
scares me.
exist. That's who summon a demon.
Yes. Amy's like, we shall not talk about filming. I've been a little, maybe tad bit behind. Girl, same.
I feel that.
Oh, 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 meow. Hold on.
Pause.
Pause. I forgot all about that. That we had a timer for how long we could talk. Forget about that.
To be fair, you can make it longer to make it more talking.
Hi, Starling. I have read the first 7 in the series. I have enjoyed it, and I keep getting 2 or 3 out from the library at a time. Gonna assume you're talking about the one that Amy's reading, the
Yeah.
Promised Neverland manga series. But yeah. Also, I discovered a queer rom com yesterday, or not yesterday, a couple days ago, of that is set in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's a sapphic romance at a cake shop for
Ooh.
weddings, and it is called Queerly Beloved. And I was like, yes, please, thank you. Set in Oklahoma, queer cake shop owned by a conservative person. It and the cover is just adorable. I would grab it, but it's at the bottom of my stack of books for next month.
Just added that to my Goodreads.
What? What'd you say? I'm gonna hit him. But and then Nikki says, "Ooh, interesting. I know, right? But are we ready to get into another reading sprint?
Sure.
Because I'm pretty sure I can finish this little bit in this next sprint. And as long as I finish a book today, I'm happy. Because I still have at least these 2 audios to get through this week.
I swear, I've like just for the Throne of Glass series. I swear, I am so behind.
Girl. We'll talk more after this sprint. And happy reading, all. And we're back.
We get to see the aftermath of crying.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. I'm still not done with it, but yeah. Oh. I have like that much.
Dream didn't do the assignment. Drown her.
What scared you, Nikki? Me saying hi?
Probably.
If so, I'm sorry.
I mean, you're not exactly quiet.
I'm not. Oh, God. No, there's a moment in here with a little trans boy and him seeing himself recognized in history.
No.
Just, oh, that hit me hard. This book is just validating my idea for next year. So, of reading more queer history and queer biographies and things next year.
Well, that's good.
Because we need more queer history. Oh. Yeah, I have my speaker connected to my phone and it was loud and I was deep in my book. Girl, I was deep in the fills when I heard the cat meow and I went, nope, nope, nope.
I would have just ignored the cat and been like, we'll just continue for the break.
I almost did. Listen, according to the audiobook, I have 6 minutes left.
Oh my gosh.
I just keep skipping to the next chapter. Oh, I so misread that at first. Hello, just getting here. Reading This Poison Heart by Kaylin Barron. What are you reading? I am currently reading The Civil War of Amos Abernathy, and it is the greatest middle grade, I think, ever. And I don't read contemporary middle grades. What about you, lovely ladies?
I'm reading The Weeping Tide by Amanda Foody and really enjoying it so far.
How far are you in?
80 on page 86.
Cool.
House of Fire, Earth and Fire, Earth and Blood.
Yee.
I'm 5 pages in, y'all.
Did you
And
say
I'm starting
5?
with, yep, 5.
Okay. I was like, I didn't know if she said 5 or 50, and I was like,
No, like,
I think she said 5.
We got to talking about the honeymoon.
Oh, we haven't even discussed that as an option right now. We may just travel to California to see Kaylani, seeing as Kaylani can't come see us because she's pregnant, and her due date is in November.
oh yeah. No, I just had this horrible imagination of she's just like at the party and oh shit, we gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
You also can't fly if you're on the last trimester.
Yeah.
So we're
And that's
like,
a very, very long car ride.
yeah, California to me. I'm in the middle of the United States. I am legitimately the Bible Belt. We are the belt buckle of the Bible Belts.
Maybe.
But yeah,
Y'all, I apologize for whatever comes out of his mouth.
it's fine. Girl, have you heard me on live shows before?
Of course.
Apparently, you never been to the Bible Belt.
I haven't.
God, it's so fucking hot. And what the fuck are you doing, weirdo? Sorry, looking.
Somebody out the window?
My window's right here, and I see right into the stairs for another apartment complex. And it's always this tweaker dude sitting there, and it's always when I'm doing live shows or something that the tweaker's like sitting there, and it's just weird.
He just wants to be part of the action, man.
I want to know what drugs he's on because he looks like he's having a good time, and I'm like, share. Listen.
I mean, if you're going to buy the ticket, you might as well enjoy the ride, right?
Hello? And also, and social butterfly. I know I'm so not saying that right. But how are you enjoying this poison heart? Nikki, Tracy, how are y'all enjoying Nature of Witches? Amy, are you on volume 11 now? I don't know how many volumes there are of it. So I'm like, volume 11?
Or are you making up a volume that doesn't exist?
Yeah. And Drew, are you enjoying the Star Wars book? If you're still here, Drew. I wonder who's still here, because it's showing only 2 people are here watching us. So, who knows? Yay! Nikki's response is, I'm fucking loving it. Yay, I said it perfectly. Yay, I am bad with pronouncing names.
Same. I'm always like, I apologize if I said your name wrong.
I'm always like, I'm from the South. We mispronounce everything.
We do.
And then there's me that I'm just like, I just can't say things right 95% of the time.
My country accent comes out when I try to pronounce names, so I'm always like, oh.
Penguin.
Focus on your phone, not mine. Go away. I will walk out of this and slam the door.
Lord. Listen, I was at work the other day, and all I did was open up Twitter because I got tagged in something, and someone came walking by and just like stared at me and was like, "What the fuck are you watching?" I literally just opened up Twitter and I glanced down at my phone. I was like, "Ah, shit, porn," because it's Twitter. And they were like, "Are you watching porn?" I was like, "No, I opened up Twitter. I'm sorry."
Just like how literally with the photos you sent in the group chat about Dick Fight Island. I'm like, I'm thankful I am in my room, or else if my parents were over my shoulder, they'd be like, we're just gonna take away the internet.
I mean,
Just
I
like,
had to prove that the spice was real.
I know, but I was just like, I kind of saw the chat, and then I was just like, oh, fine, I'll read it. Like, I'll read what the chat was said, and then I'm like, oh!
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I was just like,
I just put a random
proof. And then I went, that's going to be really awkward when someone just randomly pops in and they're like, porn! Poor Hope. She's just the Seasonathon's baby sister. Is how it's Hope. Even though Hope reads more smut than the rest of us combined sometimes.
Sometimes, yes.
I get some of my smutty recommendations from Hope. So.
And I get mine from both of them.
I will say my romance reveal box unboxing goes up tomorrow.
Ooh.
I'm happy with the choice I got, but at the same time, I'm questioning the choice I got. Because my goal now is every month when I get the subscription, the following month I'm going to read the book.
Which is reasonable.
At least it's a book that was already on my want to read list. But it's like number 18 in a series.
Oh.
So at least all the books can be read as companion sequels, and they're all standalones. Because
That's good.
it's a series where every book is written by a different author,
Ah.
and it's just. But it does have one of my favorite tropes. So the hot roommate trope.
Ooh.
So that could be fun.
Fingers crossed you like it.
And it's only like 300 pages, so I'm like, I'm down for a good smutty read. That going along with a very controversial pick for next month, too, from what I've been told. Because we've been hearing not so positive things about Wrath Goddess Sing.
I don't think I've heard of that.
That's the Achilles retelling with a trans main character.
Oh.
That could be an interesting read.
Same, Nikki. I
Yeah.
like Smith, but it's not my go-to.
Yeah, that's with me. It's more of like a every so often. It's just like I need something that I can just read on autopilot and not have to think.
Yeah, my thing over here is listening to the audiobooks at work, and then you get to the smutty scenes, and I'm like looking around, like no one can hear this, right? No one
Oh
hears
my gosh, I
flogging
was.
at 9 o'clock in the morning,
I
right?
know. I freaking remember when I was reading smut on a live show, and I was like, "Dear Lord, please don't unmute myself."
I was listening in the car once to, I don't remember what I was listening to, but it got to a really spicy, smutty scene. Like it went in depth. And I'm stopped at this red light, and the lady that's in the car next to me is like staring over at my car, and I'm like,
Good.
I was like, you can't hear me, can you? You can't hear the smut. Like,
I don't read that much smut on audio, just because I end up just sitting there through the scenes, just
listen,
just like is there anybody watching? Like they can hear it even when I have headphones on.
Learn My Lesson by Katie Roberts on audio.
Yeah.
Listen.
Oh, oh gosh.
The whole I want to see you get pounded by Meg while you're sucking Daddy Hades' cock or something. And someone just walking past, and I'm just like listening in my headphones in, and I'm just like, hi.
I still remember the first time I listened to True Smut on like on audiobook. I literally just stood like sat in my chair just like, oh dear Lord.
Um, oh, what was the book? I was listening to. Oh, I don't remember what book it was, but I was listening to like this raunchy, smutty scene in a book. Like it's like not a book that is labeled smut, but has smut in it. And it was like a bad, like I should go confess my sins to a priest kind of scene. And this lady walks up and taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around, and you can tell she's Pentecostal because she's got the blue jean skirt all the way down. Her long hair's up in like this bun, and she's like completely covered. And she asked me directions to somewhere. And after she left, I sat back down, and I was like,
It's like she knows my worst secrets.
and it was a smutty queer scene. Like it was like the worst scene for someone to walk up on me at, and I was just like, "Hey, how are you? What can I do for you?" But yeah, I was just like, I will never read smut on a park bench ever again. So,
Lesson learned.
yes. Granted, I've also been reading outwardly, like earlier today. I'm reading the a queer middle grade at the laundromat, and this dude is standing there next to me, talking about how he works at Mardell's and how Jesus Christ is the greatest person in all of history, and how everyone needs to support God and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting here going, looking down at my book, looking over at him. I was like, please don't ask me what my book's about.
I would
Because
have
I
to
don't
either
know.
lie or pray the conversation doesn't get
I
awkward.
apologize if y'all see flashing. Apparently, one of the light bulbs want to be on a flashing
Oh, that type of
mode right
flash.
now.
I started looking up like, wait, what?
He did.
Listen, there are reasons why I specifically tell Sterling to stay away from the library if I'm on a live show. I'm like, please stay that way. Or if you do come in, please wear pants. All I ask. Kaylani, what about smut on a park bench? And
Don't
what sentence did
listen.
I come into?
Don't listen to smut on a park bench. Basically, the rundown.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's somewhere out there where there is smut on a park bench.
I
But
mean, speaking of the devil,
Sterling's face when you said "speak of the devil," he's like, "What did I do?"
we were talking about flashing, and I was like saying that every time you walk in, you better be wearing pants. Yeah.
Or on your camera, not my camera.
Or Nikki calling out Marty. The time Marty helicoptered Mel during a live show. Forged and Stars? Yeah.
Your camera, not my camera.
I know. We don't have the other camera set up. Oh, lesson learned. Oh yeah, that was so funny with Marty. And is he wearing pants? Yes, he's wearing pants. Oh, over there. Yes, he's wearing pants. So are we ready to do one last sprint
Yep.
before I have to go cook for dipshit? Is he gonna open that door?
Are you
I think
hungry
you're
tonight?
safe.
Are you good?
Okay, let's do one more sprint. Let me get the kitty cat ready. Sorry, eating dinner, but Trend, that ring is stunning.
Thank you.
Yes, it is
Karina.
amazing. I saw the photos and I was like,
It is.
my jaw just dropped.
Thank you. He did a good job picking it out all by
He
himself.
did. Yay!
Yeah, I told her coming to the jewelry shop, told him size her fingers and told her to get the hell out of the store.
Literally, he threw the keys at me.
I mean, at least there's still some straight men that can do things right
Yep.
in this world. I mean, hell, Sterling and I are still looking at rings trying to figure out what we're going to do. But I think he found some Lilo and Stitch rings that he wants to get now.
Ooh.
And
He
I'm
gets
like,
no say in his ring at all. Like, he got none.
yeah, well, gay men, we're both the bride and the groom. But let's get into one last shrimp sprint, whatever. I can't word. Let me pull up the kitty. Happy reading, y'all. And we're back. Hold on. I'm gonna dismiss the kitty. There we go. But how was that? How did y'all do?
I read 38 pages.
I finished and then read 18 pages of Bathhouse.
Nice.
5 out of 5 stars. I was tearing up at the end. So 5 out of 5 stars. And I noticed this. Book Dreamer. Just saw this. Hi everybody, I'm reading Heatwave. Bitch.
Totally joking. But also,
Am I though?
I saw her reading it a few days ago. I think it was
Yeah.
Friday on Morgan's Prince, and I was just like,
Yeah, because she got approved on NetGalley. I got denied.
I think mine is still just like in limbo of like not accepted, not denied.
Yay for 35 more pages, Nikki. How many pages do you have left to go, Nikki? And this fucking light in here, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch it. It's been like one of the light bulbs keeps turning off and then turning back on, then turning off, and then it's like flickering now.
Oh no.
But yeah. And I keep looking over at my potential stack for next month. And I'm like, fuck. That doesn't even include all my review books.
Ooh. I know that I just did like my rolls for my TBR game. And I was able to get in most of the books that I need to read next month, which keep in mind the amount of books that I need to read next month, I think is 15.
See, I'm not gonna play my game just because I'm looking at that stack. Let me grab the stack.
I think I had to add. Where even is? I think I've had to add. I think I've had to add 3 books.
Do you see?
Oh dear lord. Yep.
Of potential? And I think, based on ones that I have to read, you have Freaks, because I'm reviewing book 2. And I've never read book 1, so
Yeah, kind of need to read book 1.
all I know is it's like a horror superhero kind of thing. Terror of Dawn, obviously. Obviously.
I can confidently say I got that on my TBR, like on my TBR rolls.
And this is a buddy read with Nikki and Tracy, and it was my pick. So it's like I'm super excited. But I have rereads because I'm gonna reread 2 of my favorites on the week of my birthday.
Ooh, I just did a reread of Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 weeks ago.
I'm like,
I still love it.
I'm not gonna show the front, but this is the romance reveal box. That Queerly Beloved book. I also bought the audiobook. Or the most stunning cover I've gotten all year.
Oh my gosh.
For Wrath Goddess Sing.
Wow.
It's just so pretty. The book is the ugliest color, but that cover is just so pretty. But yeah. And then books that were on this month's TBR that never got to because I got the audiobook and had to return it.
Uh,
You're staring at the light, aren't you, babe? Yeah, it's been doing that for the past five-ish minutes. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I figured. But yeah,
don't fall.
and that's not including the Annabeth Albert book that I'm reading and reviewing. The 3 books that I'm doing for Rockstar books.
Well,
Um to answer your question, there is, if you go to, at least I know it's on Mel's, but it should be on mine and Kaylani's announcement videos for Seasonathon. It's in the description down below. I know it should be on Mel's at least, but I do believe it's on mine as well. I don't remember if Kaylani put it on hers.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm super excited for My Heart is a Chainsaw. It'll be my first Stephen Graham Jones book. And then I also have some secret books on this TBR that I think will be kind of fun.
Ooh.
Going off of my romance.
I was like, what are you doing?
He's taking off the thing
Yeah.
so that he can change the bulb or fix the bulb or get rid of the bulb. Well, yeah, not really a secret for you, Drew, seeing as I just sent the whole stack into the queer group chat. But it's not really a secret per se. But
It's
I'm
just
in
you're
the.
not gonna scream it to everybody.
This is one of them,
Ooh.
which I have not read anything by Emily Henry.
I read my first book by her and kind of DNF'd it.
Wasn't it that one that had like the mountains on the thing and it was like the road in the middle and like.
Yeah, the love that split the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that it was bad. It's just like not what I wanted to read at the moment.
Yeah.
It was kind of
It was
shoved onto my TBR.
I told you to DNF the fucker. Because you
Yeah.
weren't enjoying it.
Yeah. I read to like 130 pages and I'm like, hypothetically, I could finish this, but also I could read other stuff. I might go back and read it in the future, but
And I really need to make time for this. This is the one that's queer Criminal Minds. And I'm like, I need in my life. Did you just remove the light bulb?
Yeah.
Okay. It was just like, are we just doing that as a thing?
I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here praying he doesn't fall.
He's not gonna fall. Even though he's stepping into one of the chairs that's on wheels. Because I'm in his chair, because it's more comfortable. But I think that's where we're gonna leave this. How far did you get into Weeping Tide?
124. So like a decent chunk.
Sweet. A potential buddy read, Nikki? Even though I've already stated I'm cutting back on buddy reads. I'm world this shit, so I'm gonna read what the fuck I feel like reading.
That is fair.
And I'm gonna read a lot of queer romance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are on it.
Nice.
So, and I still have all the others that I didn't get to this month that I could add to it. So I'm like, if I have time, I will. If I don't, I won't. How can you stop? Who said they stopped in the middle of a chapter? Did someone
I
say
don't know.
they stopped in the middle of a chapter?
I don't
Did
know.
you did you stop in the middle of a chapter, Hope?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a chapter.
Oh,
I'll be finishing the chapter after sprints, probably.
he probably went and looked up where your page was in the book.
Yeah.
Okay. So murder between us, we can keep each other accountable on that one because I really, 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 really want to read that one. But I need to also finish Bathhouse before this weekend. I'm on
You'll
chapter
definitely be able to
22
do it.
this week, yeah. I hope so. All I know is when I was listening to the audiobook, which had to be returned to the library, I could only listen to it for so long and then I had to put it down because the anxiety is high. And it was one that was making me almost throw up. That's
Yeah,
how much
definitely.
anxiety.
Definitely, yeah. Read in moderation.
Because Bathhouse is about a guy who goes to a bathhouse. Do you know what a bathhouse is?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if I needed to explain because I don't. Because one, age, two, you're also in Canada, so I didn't know if bathhouses are a thing in Canada.
I don't think they are, but I know what it is.
But he goes to a bathhouse and he almost hooks up with this guy, but this guy starts choking him in the sense of not for pleasure.
Ah.
So he cuts the guy's face and runs to like get him off of him.
Yeah.
And he lied to his husband. They call each other husband. He lied to him saying that he got mugged. Went to the cops, told them the true story, and then husband made him go to the cops and tell the story. So now he's told two conflicting stories to the cops. And there's no record of him at the bathhouse, and now the guy is hunting him down and like stalking him.
Ah.
And left him like this USB drive full of all these videos of him the killer dude seducing people and then killing them on tape. And he took them to the police. There's no record of this guy ever existing. So
Yeah,
anxiety inducing.
definitely not a light read at all.
God no. And Sterling doesn't read thrillers. And for him to love this, I'm like, I need to finish it for him. But I don't wanna. But I'm like, so I'll try. I have how many pages? It's only 306 and I'm on 129. So I should be able to if I read a little bit each day.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Put
But
it this way, you'll see by the end of the week if you finish it or not.
yeah, I need to finish it before Nikki, Tracy, and mine's talk. Even though Nikki hasn't started it and she probably won't.
Just calling her out.
But it's okay. We didn't talk about last month's book pick yet. And I gave it a 2.5, and both her and Tracy gave it a 3.
Ooh.
It was Rock, Paper, Scissors
Oh.
by Alice Feeney. I think it's stupid. Oh, Nikki said she's gonna try to get it in. Good luck.
Yeah, gotta start it soon.
If you don't finish it, it's fine. I mean, the only person who hasn't read any of the books is Sterling. He's attempted our first book. He's already, every book he's given us, he's already read. So we're just like reading his favorites. Like we read Like a Love Story because he wanted to see all of us cry. And now he wants us all freaked out. And I'm like,
So just
it's working.
traumatizing you.
Yeah. But I need to get off of here and go cook so that the fucker can eat. And I can have something to take to work tomorrow. But thank you, Hope, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
And yes, Drew wants to know if you would like to join the queer book chat group chat.
Sure. I already have 8 million book chat, so what's one more?
Listen, Sam.
It'll be fun. So
Nikki says I'm going to break it up for the week and hopefully it'll be fine. I'll be finished with Nature of Witches probably tomorrow, so I'll have time to squeeze it in. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's all we've got for you guys today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This was so much fun. I was able to finish a book on the weekend. That doesn't happen much these days. I finish them at work with audiobooks, and then the weekend I'm like, I'm too tired. Stress. But thank you guys. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new and you've never been to my channel, might as well hit that subscribe. If you're hashtag Team Chaos, please enter your books.
yes, I will be doing
Because
that tonight.
I'm
before I
in
forget.
I'm in last place. I know we're nowhere going to catch up to Kaylani's team, but my goal now is at least to come in second and beat Mel.
Well, I think I have like I don't even know, like at least I don't even know how many books. Depends on what can fit prompts.
I mean, if you got multiple books that fit the same prompt, continue to put them in.
Well, yeah.
We don't have to do just one per. Oh, send you the link? I will send you the link when I get off of this. I have already sent Hope the link during the last
Yes.
sprint. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Remember, kids, always be fabulously yourself. And until next time, bye.
Bye.
In broadcast.
And
In
run.